I, F54, told my husband, M54, that I don't have a salary, and he got upset. My husband, M54, and I, F54, were having an argument about finances. At some point, I told him that there's not much I can do as I don't have a salary. I'm a stay-at-home wife. He got really upset because I said that. His reasoning is that he works very hard to provide for our family and gives me money to cover expenses. I agreed with him on that, but I said that he can't call that as a salary because I don't have a steady income on a set day for a set amount. I'm at his expense. I have to ask to receive, which to me is like begging, but that's a sort for another day. He said that if I consider myself married to him, I do have a salary because his money is my money to cover a mortgage in which I'm listed on the title, am insurance beneficiary, and all things household related. I ended the conversation with a, "You're right," because I didn't see the point of going over something that I don't see from his standpoint, and I firmly believe that me receiving money that is not an allowance is like me receiving a salary.
Oh, fuck. Well, here it is. I don't get a salary, I just sit on my husband's neck. But I want to feel independent. Do you even hear yourself? Your husband is busting his ass so you can whine about not having a salary. For most people, the dream is not to count pennies until payday. And you have a roof over your head, food, and access to money. But no, you have to freak out because you don't get a payment labeled salary? If you want a salary, go work. Don't want to? Then stop acting like a bitch and appreciate that you have a husband who doesn't see you as a cash cow.
I Taj for eating nuts next to someone with an allergy on a plane. Had a bizarre situation today. I was flying from Hawaii to Florida. The stewards were walking around giving out mixed nuts. The woman seated next to me said to the flight attendants that she didn't want any because she is allergic to nuts, and that there should have been a note in their system regarding not serving her nuts. The attendant said in the survey she'd filled out for the airline regarding injury, she had not indicated that it was an airborne allergy and only checked that she couldn't ingest nuts. She stated they still shouldn't have served them, and she shouldn't need to be that specific. The attendants asked her if we needed to make an emergency landing or if she required medical attention. She said no. The woman asked me if I could not eat the mixed nuts. Everyone around us had an open plastic cup of mixed nuts. I told her I wasn't sure how my eating them or not would help her in this situation. She said it was just a courtesy. I told her, truthfully, I hadn't eaten at all yet and needed to have something in my stomach to take a medication. I asked her if I could go to the back of the plane to eat the nuts, then come back. She sort of rolled her eyes but said this was fine. When I came back, she was complaining to the flight attendants about me and asking to be moved, specifically using the term, "that asshole."
Oh, look, another whiner crying about problems they created themselves. Are you serious, you fucking idiot? You're asking if you're the ace-hole because you ate nuts near someone with an allergy? Dude, you're the king of dumbses! That woman wasn't an angel either, whining like a little bitch instead of clearly stating she had an airborne nut allergy. But you clueless moron, could have just not eaten the damn nuts when she politely asked. Oh, I needed to take a pill. Bro, seriously? You telling me there's nothing else on that plane you could have used? And sure, you went to the back of the plane to eat. Congrats, here's your medal. But then you just waltz back like nothing happened. Of course she called you an ace-hole. Because you are one. Bottom line, you're not just the AITA here, you're a full-blown selfish jerk who lacks the most basic empathy. Hope next time you're seated next to someone who farts toxic gas all flight long, so you finally get a taste of your own inconsiderate BS.
Eta for finding out I've been unknowingly paying rent to my husband and his mom for 2 years. I, 31F, have been married to Brian, 33M, for 2 years. Right after the wedding, We moved into an apartment he said was a great deal from a family friend. We agreed to split rent and utilities 50-50 to keep things equal, since we were starting fresh and wanted to avoid money fights. So I've been sending him $700 a month just for the rent this whole time. 3 days ago, at a BBQ, I overheard his mom talking about how it's nice getting rent from Brian's place, and how smart they were to keep it in the family. Turns out his mom owned the apartment and Brian's on the deed too. I had no idea. He never told me, just let me keep paying rent for 2 years like a clueless roommate. When I confronted him, he said I never asked and that I'm overreacting because we weren't overpaying. But I feel completely blindsided. It's not just the money, it's the secrecy. I told him I won't keep paying until we talk about a fair setup. Now he's acting like I'm the problem. Eta?
Oh, what a twist! You've been paying rent for 2 years like some clueless chump to your husband and his mommy for a place that was already theirs. Girl, you're not just not the AH, you're a saint for not smashing his face into their precious family business. You never asked. Oh, go FCK yourself with that logic. That's like stealing someone's wallet and going, well, you didn't ask whose it was. That's not equality. That's bullshit manipulation. And now this ace-hole is trying to flip it on you? Classic. Mama's boy milked his trusting wife. And now he's hurt that you won't keep feeding the scam.
She's got money now, so why the hell am I still paying? When my sister was broke because she lost her job, I stepped up and paid her kids' school fees. It was a stretch for me, but I did it out of love. Now she's back on her feet making money again, and somehow she still expects me to keep paying like, what the fuck? How did helping her once turn into my permanent responsibility?
Oh, of course, fucking classic. You helped once, and now she acts like you signed a lifelong contract of servitude. What a messed up twist. Well, you paid before, so now it's your job, loser. Your sister's the textbook definition of a user. She either can't tell the difference between helping someone in a tough spot and being their forever sponsor, or she just doesn't care because, hey, it's convenient. What should you do? Cut the cord. Straight up tell her, sis, I helped when you couldn't. Now you can, so pay your own way. Or should I start sending invoices for all my past kindness? And if she pulls the "but it's for the child" card, remind her she's the mom, not you. You've already done way more than you ever had to. Time for her to stop freeloading and start owning up.